one of the greatest fucking scripts ever written in the history of Hollywood is?
What?
Top Gun. It is a story about a man's struggle with his own homosexuality. I'm serious. That is what Top Gun is about, man.
The military has always been a source of fascination for filmmakers, mostly so because conflict is deeply tied to human nature. When the struggle of the LGBTQ people, both in personal and institutional terms, collides with the already complex world of the military, it gives rise to some compelling films. These films offer a unique perspective on the challenges and triumphs of those who serve their country while navigating their sexuality. In today's video, we'll explore 13 of the best military gay movies that have captivated audiences and sparked important conversations. From historical dramas to contemporary romances, these films offer a diverse range of stories that will leave you inspired and moved. Firebird. Picture this. A young, handsome man named Roman is engrossed in his camera's viewfinder. A beautiful woman named Louisa seems to be the subject of the photo. She smiles, fully accustomed to being looked at with male interest and admiration. But as the audience is drawn in through the camera's lens, we realize that the eye of the photographer is somewhere else. Roman adjusts the focus to blur the woman and sharpen the image of the man behind her. The man he is literally focusing on is Sergei, a private in his last weeks of military service. Roman, an officer and a fighter pilot, has recently arrived on the base. It is the 1970s and all three are in the Soviet army in Estonia. We are in a memory of Sergei as he tells the story of his first love years later. Firebird is a lavish, old-fashioned love story that spares no expense on its stunning visuals and dramatic flair. The film features gorgeous actors, longing looks, exquisite cinematography, soaring music, and moments of anguish. It also maintains a balance between the explicit territory and a subtle romantic sensibility. Director and co-screenwriter Peter Rebane has done a beautiful job of telling a story of forbidden gay relationship in the military setting, where discipline is inches away from brutality. His visuals and interpretations mirror the myth behind the name of the film. The Firebird, a magical bird freed by a prince, later returns to rescue him from evil enemies.
I've made up my mind.
Eismeyer. Stereotypes of masculinity in the military are confronted in this beautiful 2022 film, Eismeyer. Set primarily in the barracks of the Austrian Armed Forces and based on true events, it tells the story of Sergeant Major Charles Eismeyer, played by Gerhard Liebman, and recruit Mario Falak, played by Luka Dimic. Their love story challenges stereotypes of what kind of man belongs in the military, as well as the typical stylistics of a military set film. Unlike many gay military films, Eismeyer not only deals with homophobia in the army, but also the struggle of a gay soldier to accept himself out in the open. As we move through the story, we see the lead character slowly realizing that he has become a dinosaur in this rapidly changing world. It is absolutely worth watching to see if he can come to accept himself and the unabashed affection of his lover. Following the brilliant performances of Liebman and Dimic in this film, tell us your favorite on-screen gay military couple whose chemistry you cannot get over.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all of the rest of you.
A Soldier's Girl. Based on the true story of Barry Winchell, an infantry soldier in the US Army, A Soldier's Girl is a poignant film. It revolves around a young soldier who falls in love with Calpurnia Adams, a transgender woman, and unlike the movies we discussed above, this slams the cold and wretched nature of reality right on the audience's faces. The film excels in handling such a delicate subject with utter care and respect, but it also doesn't pull back in authenticity while showing the challenges faced by transgender individuals and the homophobia prevalent within the military. Lead actor Troy Garrity's compelling portrayal of Barry is perfectly complemented by Lee Pace's nuanced and empathetic performance as Calpurnia. The supporting cast, including Sean Hattasey as the conflicted Justin Fisher, further elevate the film's emotional impact. A Soldier's Girl was quite a broody turn from hopeful stories we have covered earlier. Tell us if you prefer a more lighthearted or dramatic portrayal of LGBTQ+ life in the military. Burning Blue. There is a famous video clip of Quentin Tarantino that does the rounds of Film Talk from time to time. In it, he passionately describes how Tom Cruise's Top Gun was actually a homoerotic sausage fest.
You know what one of the greatest fucking scripts ever written in the history of Hollywood is? Top Gun. It is a story about a man's struggle with his own homosexuality. I'm serious.
In 2014, when director D.M.W. Grier made Burning Blue based on his own play of the same name, it got hyped as the Brokeback Top Gun. Certainly, Burning Blue matches the ambition and slick visuals of Top Gun to a certain extent. There are sexy scenes of hot pilots next to fighter jets and carriers that evoke the same sense of thrill. But underneath the flashy exterior, there is also a harrowing story. It is set in the backdrop of the period of American military history, infamously called Don't Ask, Don't Tell. A naval accident investigation turns into a witch hunt against a gay soldier, exposing the hidden homophobia that is rampant in the army.
You came. Of course I came. Best man has to.
Man in the Orange Shirt. Man in the Orange Shirt is not technically a film. It is actually a drama series released as part of the BBC's Gay Britannia season, which marks 50 years since the partial decriminalization of male homosexuality. Nonetheless, it is a poignant and beautifully crafted piece of cinema. The drama has two parts, the first set in the aftermath of World War II, and the second in 2017. The first film tells the story of Michael and Thomas, whose love affair develops in secret. After meeting in the army, Michael and Thomas write to each other, occasionally meet up, and spend one idyllic week together in Michael's inherited cottage. But traditional norms and family values stand as huge hindrances in their love. In the second film, we pick up Adam, a young man who struggles with his own sexuality and has a connection with Michelle. Despite a different climate of acceptance in present-day Britain, Adam must decide if he is brave enough to choose love. Although the story is not free of shortcomings, it is a beautiful portrayal of changing perspectives on same-sex love spanning several generations.
Tavallaan löytää joku ihminen elämässä.
Mulla oli sellainen solas.
Joku Lotta vai?
Tom of Finland. Touko Laaksonen, a Finnish artist known worldwide as Tom of Finland, secretly created thousands of erotic drawings of men during the post-World War II era in Helsinki. These highly sexualized illustrations, which he began drawing as a teenager, had a profound impact on the gay community in Finland and challenged the artistic representation of gay individuals. The film Tom of Finland is a biographical movie that delves into Laaksonen's life story. It begins by exploring his experiences as a soldier during World War II and then shifts focus to his artistic career, which was marked by his groundbreaking and controversial work. It is witty and has a refreshing lack of sentiment, but also dips a little towards the end. However, the whole film is a marvelous tribute to one of the greatest gay icons of his time. Tell us in the comments section below if you have a gay biography film that we can include in our upcoming lists. Mafi. There is no shortage of films which focus on a young man's sexual awakening, and Oliver Hermanus's Mafi is one of the best coming-of-age stories centered on a gay protagonist. The great twist, however, is that it is set against the backdrop of 1980s South Africa. What unravels is a punishing, heartbreaking tale of clandestine longing and aggressive masculine performance. The film's title refers to the Afrikaans slang word for a gay man. In particular, it implies weakness, effeminacy, and abnormality. Nicholas van der Swart is aware of this as he enters compulsory military service, defending the apartheid regime against the so-called Woordgevaar, or Black Danger. Quiet and brooding, Nick does his best to fit in alongside his fellow recruits, which largely means taking orders and engaging in a suitable amount of brotherly hijinks. Mafi is a bleak but necessary reminder that we still have so far to go before everyone is allowed to love who they love without living in fear. The Inspection. The movie revolves around a young black man, Ellis French, who has been living on the streets of New York for years. He was kicked out of his mother's home when he was a teenager because his homosexuality disgusted her. When an older gay homeless friend hears of French's plan to enlist, he laughs and says they will never accept a young queen like him. The young French then sets out to prove him and everyone else wrong. The Inspection is an outstanding film that tackles some big themes and largely does this well. Some of the Full Metal Jacket-esque dormitory scenes provide the audience with the context and understanding of just how much a gay black man has to suffer just to prove his worth. Yosi and Jagger. Yosi and Jagger is a poignant exploration of love, loss, and the complexities of identity within the LGBTQ community. Set against the backdrop of the Israeli military, the film delves into the forbidden romance between two soldiers, Yosi and Jagger. The film's greatest strength lies in its understated portrayal of a same-sex relationship. In a world where such love was often hidden or stigmatized, the film's sensitive approach offers a refreshing perspective. The chemistry between the two leads is palpable, their connection transcending the constraints of their environment. While the concise narrative maintains a sense of urgency, it also leaves certain aspects of the characters' relationship unexplored, which might be a stylistic choice. Ultimately, Yosi and Jagger is a powerful and moving film that resonates with audiences beyond the LGBTQ community. It is a testament to the enduring power of love, even in the face of adversity and societal pressures. Beau Travail. Claire Denise's Beau Travail is a visually stunning and psychologically charged exploration of masculinity and desire. Set against the stark backdrop of the French Foreign Legion, the film follows Sergeant Galloup as he becomes increasingly obsessed with the young and charismatic Centaine. The homoerotic tension between the two men is palpable, creating a sense of longing and frustration. Denis's masterful direction and Levant's mesmerizing performance elevate the film to a cinematic masterpiece. On top of that, the film's ambiguous ending invites multiple interpretations, allowing viewers to project their own desires and fantasies onto the characters. However, it remains a thoughtful piece of cinema which meditates on the complexities of male identity.
God, Swanee, I need you. I need you. You're everything that counts. You're mine.
The Sergeant. This John Flynn's 1968 film is a cult classic among the LGBTQ+ audiences. It is also a surprising and groundbreaking work for its time. Set in post-World War II France, the film explores themes of repressed desire, toxic masculinity, and the constraints of societal expectations. However, at its core, The Sergeant is a tale of forbidden love between a hardened, decorated war veteran, Master Sergeant Albert Callan, and a young, impressionable private, Thomas Swanson. The subtle hints at the homoerotic tension between the two men is what makes it so different from the explosive gay military movies of the present. Despite its age, the film also offers a poignant and often tragic portrayal of a man trapped by societal expectations and his own internalized homophobia. If you had to pick up iconic cult gay figures from the military movies, what would be your top 3?
Hey, you wanna get in?
Dog Tags. While Dog Tags may not be a groundbreaking masterpiece, it offers a heartfelt and authentic portrayal of LGBTQ+ experiences. It is the second coming-of-age story in our list that delves into themes of identity, sexuality, and the complexities of family. The film follows Nate, a young Marine struggling to fit into the rigid structure of military life as he embarks on a transformative journey of self-discovery. When Nate meets Andy, a free-spirited and openly gay man, their connection is immediate and profound. Their friendship challenges societal norms and expectations as they navigate their own personal struggles and support each other through their respective challenges. The film's honest portrayal of their evolving relationship offers a refreshing perspective on queer love and intimacy, showcasing the power of human connection to transcend labels and stereotypes.
Hop in, kid.
For a Lost Soldier. Okay, we saved some controversy for the last, as this is a film that continues to spark debate within the LGBTQ+ community. Based on a semi-autobiographical novel, it delves into the complex relationship between a young boy and a Canadian soldier during World War II. The film's portrayal of a young boy's awakening sexuality and his intense connection to an older man has been both praised and criticized. Some view it as the exploration of first love and the enduring impact of childhood experiences. Others, however, find it problematic due to the age difference between the characters and the potential for exploitation. The film's ambiguous ending only leaves more room for interpretation. While it offers a glimpse into the protagonist's lifelong longing for his lost love, it also raises questions about the ethics of their relationship. For a Lost Soldier is a challenging watch, but it remains a significant piece of queer cinema that continues to provoke discussion and debate. Don't forget to tell us your personal take about the best gay military movies, and don't be afraid to make it controversial.